Welcome one and all to Clash of Clans Attacks. I am your host Galadon, and yes, we are talking about Town Hall 11's bullying around Town Hall 10s. Now, unfortunately, this is just a necessary development in the game post Town Hall 11 update, especially right after the update, as we saw so many players had not yet upgraded to Town Hall 11 and so many others had already gone there that there was a lack of a pool of available targets in both war and in trophy matchmaking. So we saw a lot of the mismatches of 11s and occasionally, I will admit, sometimes maxed out Town Hall 11s going after 10s, and it's just not a fair matchup in any way, shape, or form. Now, I am completely against bullying, as I will talk about towards the end of this episode, but in this case, well, it's a necessary evil. The Town Hall 11s, they've got to get out there and get some attacks done, and the Town Hall 10s were, well, matched up. So if Supercell puts it out there, we're going to go ahead and take it, and so that's pretty much what was happening in Lost Phoenix, as we had a lot of Town Hall 11s just stomping Town Hall 10s immediately after the update. I mean, if you look at the number of defensive buildings that were added and the level 9 wizard towers to Town Hall 11, it is a huge difference between 11 and 10. I did kind of expect them to add these defensive buildings later on. The extra expo, the archer tower, the wizard tower, the cannon. I did not expect all of those to come at this very first update. It would have made a little more sense to me if they had come one by one. But then again, I guess you're underpowering Town Hall 11 defense if that happens. So no matter what happens in these updates, there are people that are always going to be upset. Maybe this update more than most, but this update definitely left some people not so happy, especially some Town Hall 10s suffering the wrath of newly upgraded Town Hall 11s out on the prowl looking to experiment with their new level 3 witches and of course the Grand Warden. And boy, he just really overpowers everything. That hit point buff within his life aura is usually more than enough to make units last longer, even all the way down to skeletons, unless they get flipped off the screen like a box of Q-tips. And right here, this attack is going to wrap up with another 3-star win. And this is just how it went the entire first week or so of the update. And it wasn't only in trophy matchmaking, we saw the same thing happening in Clan Wars. And although Supercell did say that there was balancing happening in war with this update, we certainly did not see it right away. Now yes, I am number 1 attacking number 37 in this war, but this opposing clan was almost all Town Hall 10s, and the reason I'm attacking number 37 is because all the other targets had already been 2 or 3 starred at this point. I got on kind of late again. I have been traveling a lot lately. And yes, this was a romp for Lost Phoenix, mostly Town Hall 10s against our mostly Town Hall 11s, and we have been on a bit of a tear in Clan Wars ever since the update. We have not lost a single war yet, as we keep on running into clans that have fewer Town Hall 11s than we do. Now, I guess the only alternative right now would be for Lost Phoenix not to find a match at all, as there have to be a minority of clans that have so many Town Hall 11s. But again, it's just going to take time as the balance slowly starts to work out. Although I have heard reports at Town Hall 9 and Town Hall 8 of equally mismatched Clan Wars. So it's again a wait and see thing. We have been told by Supercell repeatedly that they are focusing on Clan Wars and that we should expect good news for Clan War players in the near future, and that is certainly something I am keeping an eye out for, and I definitely promise to report back to you as soon as I know the details. In the meantime, as I finish bullying this Town Hall 10 down into nothingness for a 3-star win in Clan War, it kind of reminded me of a story about bullying that I experienced when I was in grade school. I was in 3rd or 4th grade and I had the biggest crush ever on this girl named Kristen. I absolutely was certain that the two of us would grow up, be married, and have kids together. But this kid named Craig decided he had a crush on her as well. And I realized it was just because I liked her that he wanted to get in the way and make my life as miserable as possible. If I got in the lunch line behind Kristen, Craig would cut in front of me right before I had a chance to talk to her. If there was an assembly and there was an open seat next to her, he would always grab it or push me out of the way before I could get there. And one day during recess, I had her favorite red ball checked out from the yard duty. I was walking over to hand it to her, and Craig rips it out of my hands, walks over to Kristen himself, and hands it to her and tells her that he got it for her. That was the last straw for me. I went straight to the yard duty and told on him, and he got in trouble from the yard duty. His recess ended early, and that started a chain of events that would change our lives forever. Okay, that was a little melodramatic, but it changed the whole afternoon. Now, the rest of the day in class, Craig just stared me down like he absolutely wanted to kill me, and I was scared to death of this kid. I did not want to be around him, I couldn't bear to look at him, and I just dreaded the walk home that afternoon. And sure enough, at the end of the school day, he disappeared and I could not see where he went as everybody rushed for the buses. But as I walked towards the bus ramp, there's only one way to get to my bus to get home. And sure enough, there stands Craig blocking my way at the bottom of the bus ramp. He steps right in front of me as I try to walk by. He's got his fists clenched, and as clear as it were yesterday, I remember standing there holding on with both hands to my Spider-Man lunchbox, just wondering what was going to happen next. And sure enough, Craig reels back with his fist and he's just about to punch me in the face. I close my eyes and I grab my lunchbox and try to protect myself. And somehow the lunchbox finds Craig's face and smacks him right in the lower lip. Well, that punch never landed because Craig's lip is now split open and he's bleeding on his shirt, on his face, on my lunchbox. He's screaming, he's crying. I'm absolutely mortified. I had no idea what had just happened. And next thing you know, he's run off to the yard duty, and the yard duty sends me home. I never get in trouble, and Craig never ever bothered me again. Now, of course, I am not advocating violence. That was the absolute last thing on my mind the moment that happened. It was just a lucky defensive move and just one of those times where things work out the way they should. And I realize there's many more cases of much more serious bullying out there, and I feel for everybody who has been a victim of bullying in any way, shape, or form. But from that day forward through the rest of my grade school, middle school, high school days, I was never really bullied again, and I can proudly say that I never bullied anyone else. I saw from a very young age just how hurtful it could be to be bullied, or in some cases, to be a bully. So thank you so much for sticking around, those of you who are still here. I hope I didn't bore you too much. But I just have to say that I realize life is hard and everybody has difficult times that they go through. And I just feel like it's nice for me to have the opportunity to be here, to bring some joy into people's lives, to play this game with you guys, to make these videos. And I hope that it helps lift you guys up just that little bit every single day. I will continue to make the videos. I hope you guys continue to watch. I love every single one of you, and I mean that from the bottom of my heart. And I hope to see all of you back here again tomorrow for more Full Attacks. Galadon, is this Clash of Clans or Story Time with Gali? Not a bad story.